What's up, Ravens fans? It's time to hear from you guys in this week's Ravens Mailbag. We're in the second week of OTAs, and everyone already wants to know, what's the 53-man roster going to look like?
A little early.
It is a little early.
We'll answer it anyway.
We'll go into it. This first question comes from Malcolm Smith, and Malcolm asks, is it possible that more than one undrafted rookie makes a 53-man squad?
Is it possible? Definitely. Is it going to happen? I'd say probably not.
Okay.
I'm going to point to one guy, and the Ravens have had an undrafted rookie make it for 15 straight years. So the history is there that it's likely one undrafted rookie will be on this roster. Now, who's that going to be? I don't know. It's May. It's really early. I'll point to Gerald Willis, a defensive tackle from Miami, and I point to him only because he was projected by the pundits to be a 3rd or 4th round pick. So you get him as an undrafted guy, and you're like, wow, all right, here we go. But, you don't know who the Ravens are going to have on the defensive line, and he's been injured so far, so we haven't even seen him on the field. That's not going to help his chances. Another position I'll point to, and specifically a player, is Otaro Alaka from Texas A&M, 6'3" inside linebacker. Inside linebacker being the key here. The Ravens have a rich history of keeping undrafted inside linebackers, going back to Jameel McClain,
Donnell
Ellerbe,
Chris
tons
Board,
of guys. Chris Board last
Patrick
year.
Owasso.
Exactly. So a lot of guys have made it. So I think Alaka has, and the Ravens have a need there. They have a needed inside linebacker. They are good on special teams. There's a lot of reasons to believe that inside linebacker would be the position to really keep an eye on.
All right, let's keep the questions moving here. This one comes to us from Tyler A. Royer. Tyler wants to know, this secondary is loaded with talent. How many corners, DBs, and safeties can realistically make this team? Well, I think it's probably going to be around 10 guys between those positions. I don't want to run through every single one of them, but you've got some clear locks. At safety, you got Earl Thomas, Tony Jefferson. I think Chuck Clark is going to be on the team. I also think Sean Elliott is going to be on the team. And then at corner, you got your starters. You got Jimmy Smith, you got Marlon Humphrey, Brandon Carr. I said I wasn't going to run through.
Young.
I said I wasn't going to run through, but I'm running through all of them.
We're at 8. We're at 8. 4 corners, 4 safeties. You got
Tavon Young. You got Anthony Averett.
Okay.
Yeah, that gets you to 9. Now now it gets tricky. Yeah. I think now you're looking at Maurice Kennedy. You're looking at Justin Bethel, Anthony Levine. Stanley John Baptiste was a guy last year who I thought was going to make the team before he suffered an injury. I'm in Marshall. So I really think that those 5 guys that we just rattled off there at the end.
Jones.
Cyrus Jones. I mean, Cyrus Jones could be your starting return man. And if that's the case, he's obviously going to be on the team. So I think you're looking at make 5 guys competing for 1, maybe 2 spots. What's going to come down to it is obviously special teams, with which guys like Bethel and Levine can clearly play, and also what can they play in the other positions. Like Levine, for example, can slide in there and play some linebacker like he's done.
Anything.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be a really big factor. That secondary, I think the Ravens could have the best secondary in the league, and I think that's going to be one of the most intriguing position battles to watch in training camp.
I'll say this, it wouldn't shock me if they went +1 in the secondary, went to 11 instead of 10.
I could totally agree.
If they're going to keep more, I think the secondary would be the spot. Last question comes from @Morgan Larkins, and the question is, where would you put our defense at right now in the rankings? Well, last year, obviously, as everybody knows, the Ravens finished #1 in defense. It's going to be hard-pressed for me to say, nah, they're taking a step back. But you look at it, obviously, there are the big losses. C.J. Mosley, Terrell Suggs, Darius Smith. How many times we got to run through all the guys that we lost? Now, I think the Ravens defense will be really, really good again. I think they'll at least be a top 5 defense. And if you're asking me, I think they're going to make more plays this year. So even if they give up more yards, let's say, and take a little bit of a step back in that area, I think that this defense is going to make more splash plays, more interceptions, things like that. Earl Thomas certainly adds more of that dynamic. So I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with the number 3 defense in the league, and you go up to number 2 in turnovers. So is this defense going to be worse than last year's? I think it's too early to say. I think some of these young players stepping up are going to be really good, but it's going to take some time for them to all gel. And some of these young players, Tyus Bowser, Tim Williams,
there's a lot of guys.
All those guys, they're going to have to step up. So there's a lot that's going to be asked of them.
If you talk to the players, they'll tell you that the goal was still the same.
Yeah.
And they still expect to be one of the top defenses, the top defense in the league, and time will tell if that's the case.
And that secondary we were talking about, that's going to be top.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we love to hear from you guys every single week, so keep those questions coming using the hashtag RavensMailbag. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.